Hello, Derek and Bella here. I want to talk to you about placing your bees for hives and where is a good place to put them. So, first thing I want to talk about is water. And bees like to basically fly as close as they can to get water. If you think about it, the closer the water source is to them, the less energy they have to expend to get to that water. And they use that water when they get back to the hive to cool it and also for different purposes in the hive. So, having a water source close by is a really good thing. And the next thing I want to talk about is food. Food is the same type of scenario. You want to actually have food as close as you can. Bees do like to fly a little bit farther than right next to their hive, but again, the closer the forages and everything else for them, the better, and the less energy they have to expend to actually go get the food to bring back. So, also wind is something you want to consider. You actually do want to have a slightly well ventilated area, down in the place where the bees are at. If they can't ventilate it really well, it kind of is not as good for them as if it's in a nice, well ventilated area. And the next thing I want to talk about is people. So if you're trying to get bees and hold bees in your property or near your property where there's going to be a lot of people coming and going, there's some tips you can and some things you can do to actually allow the bees to be able to thrive there without bothering your neighbors. And one easy trick is to put up a wall or some sort of shade or something around the bees that they can actually go fly up and go over as they're going out to get their food and forage and water and things like that. So if you have like an acre or so, or even if you have a small yard, putting the bees near a place where they can actually fly up and then go get things, their food and water, and then come back is better. And also I want to talk about being a good neighbor. So if you are going to become a beekeeper and you're going to keep bees where you have a lot of neighbors nearby, you want to make sure that you know how to prevent them from swarming or be multiplying those swarms and separating them out properly, so you're not having those swarms move into the houses of your neighbor or into their tree or into their wherever. There's so many places the bees can move in. So you definitely want to make sure that you are not allowing those bees to swarm and then just fly all over the neighborhood. So you definitely want to get in contact with your HOA, get in contact with the city hall or other county, different places like that control the laws for your hive. You want to get in contact with the local city hall or your county or your city. Again, you want to find the laws because there are some issues you may have with keeping a certain number of hives or things like that. Also, your HOA may have a problem with it, again, if you're not doing your proper due diligence to make certain that your bees are not flying all over the neighborhood. We do get quite a few calls where bees are actually flying into people's houses and things like that from another neighbor, and they're just basically sweeping up hundreds of thousands of dead bees every so often. So it's definitely something you want to consider before you do that. If you like this video, make sure you click subscribe and check us out at bellabees.com. I hope this little bit helps. We're definitely going to dive more into some of these topics in more detail later, but this was just a quick video to give you a few tidbits on, again, housing bees.